Good morning, evening, or afternoon, depends on which time you are planning to watch this webinar. To those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Veronika, and I'm studying dietetics at the university in Poland, and this is why I do these webinars. There's no marketing. I'm not trying to sell anything. I just do these webinars, and in exchange, I would ask you for some data. So before and after the webinar, there will be a survey. I will post the links below. If you could kindly fill it up before and after, I just need to prove that this webinar was beneficial and that you have learned something from it. So today we're going to be talking about the supplements. If you don't mind, I will switch off the camera because from the experience, the connection is better. And let's start. So let me just share my screen with you. I hope this is visible because there is no one here, so I cannot ask. And let's start from the beginning. So as mentioned before, today we're going to be talking about supplementation for the cabin crew. Supplementation for the cabin crew that will be divided for you in specific sections. So it's easier for you to come back to it, maybe take some pictures and find the supplements that are good for your condition. Now, what I have to mention from the beginning is that supplementing something without knowing if you are low on that vitamin or mineral doesn't really have any sense because with some of the vitamins, you actually might harm yourself more than anything else if you are supplementing it without the doctor just because you think it's okay. For example, just a quick example, having high iron might be more dangerous for you rather than having low one. Why do we need to supplement? As cabin crew, we are prone to irregular meals, irregular life. We are flying everywhere. We eat in different places. Sometimes the food is not available, the one that we would like to have. Sometimes on board, you don't have time to properly eat. You just grab something quickly. You just eat on the run. And this is when the problems start. This is when you start being low on some minerals, on some vitamins, and this is when you might feel the side effects. But of course, as well, because of our job, sometimes we have to sleep in different patterns, in different ways. We get stressed and then we cannot sleep. I'm sure you all have these problems when you are trying to sleep and your brain is just thinking about your future in 10,000 years or about a passenger that you didn't give water 5 days ago or whatever it is. It's just running its own errands and you end up not sleeping at all for the flight. So as I said before, I divided the supplements according to what they are working for. I hope you will find that beneficial. So first of all, energy and vitality. We all know that there are these days when we are just feeling like couch potatoes. We cannot really move because your body is exhausted from the jet lag, from the flying, from absolutely everything. So what to do and how you can support yourself. First of all, magnesium. I would strongly suggest magnesium citrate. Why? It's one of the most well-known forms of magnesium. There's a lot of studies on it. It's quite a cheap one as well. The only thing that I will say here about magnesium, please, when you read the description and when you read the ingredients, this is very important that you always read the ingredients of the supplement. Don't just buy read, please. You are looking at the elemental magnesium. Don't look just at the packing, the front of it that says, I don't know, 1,000 grams of magnesium, because this is not the reality. A pill cannot contain that much, chemically impossible. Plus, the elemental magnesium is the one that actually is working for you. And the more magnesium in the pill, actually, the less your body absorbs. I have created few videos that you can find on a SkyBalance page about magnesium, about vitamin D3, omega acids, and few more. So if you want to go more into detail about any of them, please visit the SkyBalance page and you can watch the videos there where I concentrate on giving you more knowledge in regards to that. Second is vitamin B complex. Now, a lot of you is taking vitamin B with magnesium together before sleeping, and they are wondering why it's not working. It's not working because a B is gonna wake you up. It's actually going to boost your energy. So if you're feeling very low, if you're after the flight, if you have one of these flights that you woke up at 3 p.m. because you landed at 7, you can try to take a vitamin B complex. And especially if you are on a vegetarian or vegan diet, it's very important for you to check on a regular basis your levels of vitamin B12. And again, vitamin B12 is a very important vitamin that actually supports your energy levels, but as well take processes in dividing your cells. And your body can regenerate faster with it. So it's very important to check the levels of that. Iron. Iron can make you feel actually depressed. If your iron is low, you start losing your hair. And with our job, again, and especially for the ladies, to have iron deficiency, it's very easy. But as I said before, low iron, dangerous, high iron, even more dangerous. So please go and check your iron levels. Not just the iron levels, you can check your ferritin level. And ferritin is your, let's say, supply of iron. So it's not just that you will check iron itself and it will tell you that it's on the right level, because if the ferritin is low, it means that your iron will be low soon as well, because this is where the iron comes from. So this is your warehouse and where your iron is stored. If something is wrong with the warehouse, then it's going to influence your body. There is other stuff that you need to remember about iron. Then again, it's mentioned on the SkyBalance page because with iron, it's not as simple. Sometimes deficiency might be connected to parasites that feed with it, might be connected to copper that is low. So again, it must be checked. This actually supplement is quite tricky. I would not recommend it to take it on your own. Coenzyme Q10, and the form of it, ubiquinol. There is the ubiquinol as well. The difference between the two is the price, first of all, and how they work. So the ubiquinol is the most expensive form, but it works way better. It will actually support your fertility as well for the ladies. It will support your ovaries and your egg production. So if you're trying to conceive, this is one of the supplements you should consider for yourself, but it influences the mitochondria. And if your mitochondria are weak, and with our job, they will be weak, just because what we put our body into is a lot of stress. Your body is taking really a lot of stress. So it's very important that you support it. Coenzyme Q10 will help you to do it. Highly recommended. If you want specific brand, I can recommend you the Now brand from iHerb. It's quite a good quality one. Now, vitamin D. We think we live in Dubai. We think we have so much sun, and vitamin D is not a problem. It is a problem because sometimes I see even my friends, they are going to the beach, they put all these high filters, SPF 30 or whatever, and they are like, oh, now I'm getting my vitamin D3. You are getting absolutely nothing because for your skin to be able to convert to vitamin D, what is getting from the sun, it has to be clean. The filters are stopping the process. It's as easy as that. And the same if you are on the aircraft and you open the window shade and you are sitting there because the sun is there and you are thinking, I'm getting vitamin D3. Again, it doesn't go through the windows. It's impossible. You have to be directly on the sun and nothing on your skin. I know that there is a lot of things about cancer and everything, but you can always go with balance. Balance in life is the most important thing. You can avoid just the sun when it's super strong, and you can just be on it for, let's say, 15 minutes, 15 maximum half an hour, just so your skin can absorb the natural vitamin D. Of course, otherwise, you can go to the clinic, they will give you the pills. Now, vitamin D goes really well with K2. However, if you don't take big amounts of vitamin D, K2 wouldn't be here necessary. So only if your dosage of vitamin D is super high, this is when you should consider taking vitamin K2 as well. Supplements for better sleep and recovery. So again, something that is very close to us because sleeping does not exist in this job. Melatonin. Now, melatonin, for a bit there was in the manual, but it's removed from the manual now. But for a bit there was in the manual, we cannot take melatonin. I think it's because people were overdosing it. Melatonin is something that your body produces naturally. So it shouldn't be an issue to take it. The only thing is like you don't really need to take high doses. There is now more and more scientific proof that all these melatonins of 10 milligrams, 5 milligrams are actually not effective. Yeah, if you take 0.5 to 3 milligrams, it's more than enough. Melatonin is something that prevents cancer. And that's why the shift workers, their risk of cancer is going up because melatonin can only release when we sleep. And of course, when you are working during the nighttime and the melatonin is not releasing, this is when the cancer probability is going up. So what I would suggest, a tip from me, get yourself a really low dose of melatonin, like 0.5 to 1 milligram, and take it after each night's sleep before you going to rest. This will help you a bit to cheat your body and might prevent the bad things to happen. Another one is magnesium again, but this time glycinate. Glycinate is the best form of magnesium that will let you sleep better. Highly recommended 1 hour before bed. It reduces your cortisol, your stress levels. Better to take it on more regular basis. Magnesium is actually this element that will not show quickly in your body. Even if you do a blood test that your magnesium is fine, doesn't mean that it's in your muscles, doesn't mean that the rest of your body has enough of magnesium. So Magnesium is the tricky one. Usually you will feel the symptoms of not having enough when already it's super low. L-theanine, that's another thing that can help you to relax. Ashwagandha, I'm sure that most of you knows this ones. Now, what I would say, it's not going to work for all of you. You need to find your best one that works for you and helps you, because for one of you will be magnesium, for one of you ashwagandha, for one of you glycine. It's just a matter of testing. We are all different, and different things will work for us. Immunity and protection, again, something very important in our job. As we know, we are flying everywhere with shifts, with all the pathogens and germs and bacteria that we work with every day. I have to say that our immunity is a wow, because it has to deal with a lot. Our body has to deal with a lot. We should actually give ourselves, all of us, a golden medal for that. So the first one will be zinc. And best if you can try to absorb it with food. For example, the pumpkin seeds, they have quite a lot of zinc. Vitamin C, of course. And apart from this, that it will help you to stay healthy. It's an antioxidant, so your skin will look better as well. Again, try rather fruits, citruses, for example, kiwi, than taking the supplements. NAC, another one. I know that there is this trend to do drips with a lot of vitamins inside. Glutathione is very popular one. But if you go and you do your research, actually NAC will have more benefits for you than the glutathione. And NAC is the precursor of the glutathione. Glutathione is helping you to detoxify your body. That's one of the things that it's helping with, and it's very important in your body. But try NAC instead of glutathione. Again, if anytime you want to go for any of these drips, please do your research. Check if you really need that. Check if the dosage that is offered in that drip is actually something that you need. You don't know what you are taking into your veins, and it can be actually quite dangerous. Omega-3s, this is one of the safe supplements I can recommend easily for everyone. In my opinion, everyone can take omegas. They will not harm you, but they have so many benefits, not just for your immunity, but for your cardiovascular health, for your brain. There's so many benefits. Really, really, at least one pill a day will make a huge difference for you. What you need to have a look at if it's certified by IFOS. It's a special organization that actually deals only with omegas, and they are for you the mark of quality. Another thing is the TOTOX level. So this is your oxidation of the omega-3s. The lower the TOTOX level, the better it is. Now, sometimes when you are trying to boost your immunity and you take zinc because someone told you that's going to work for you, and then you take a lot of that zinc, your copper goes down. And when your copper goes down, your iron can go down, because copper builds ceruloplasmin, and ceruloplasmin is something that helps you, that transports your iron. So it's important to be very cautious when it comes to supplementing just zinc. Please never take it together with copper, and try to remember 10-to-1 rule. So if you are taking, let's say, 25 milligrams of zinc, try to take 2-3 milligrams of copper, so it will balance itself out. Digestive comfort and bloating relief, something that we all suffer from again. Now, I know that most of us is bloated. This is how it is with our intestines expanding, then shrinking, expanding. This is just what happens. There are easy ways to help yourself. One of the very easy ways is just a peppermint oil. It sounds easy. It is easy. Try to have some of it before the foods that might create the bloating for you. It's very helpful for people with IBS. Um, Cymaticon, that's another one that might help you to get rid of the bloating. Now, you just need to find a supplement that has it either on its own or maybe it's combined with something. Um, Biano, that's an enzyme that is helping you to break down the oligosaccharides that are fermenting in your guts. Again, very good for people who have SIBO or IBS. And butyric acid, my absolutely favorite, because this one not only is supplementing and letting you get rid of the gases, but actually your intestine, they absolutely love it. And sometimes you can even rebuild your intestines just taking butyric acid. I mean, maybe not fully rebuild, but it will help you. So if you struggle with any of the problems with your intestine, butyric acid is your best medication. Stress, anxiety, and mood support. Again, with flying, sometimes our mood goes down. We feel stressed. We are far away from our families sometimes, or we are anxious because something happened at work. Whatever it is, you can try to help yourself in natural way. I talked about some of them before, so I'm not gonna talk about them again. Um, However, for example, rhodiola is something that you can take as well when you're exercising a lot because it boosts your concentration and it boosts your natural energy. So sometimes as well after this night flights when you're feeling very low, it's nice to take rhodiola. Vitamin B6 is another one that will help you with your serotonin. And you probably know that serotonin is your hormone responsible for happiness. So this will make you happy again. I mean, might help you. Not necessary that it will make you happy, but again, this is something that you can consider taking after this really bad flights when you are feeling very low on energy. In general, if you're trying and it's not helping and you tried a lot of supplements, I would suggest that maybe sometimes it's better just to talk to someone. So try to find a friend or a specialist that can help you, because if something is really happening, then better to start the treatment sooner than later. And there's no shame in the way you feel. This is the job. Sometimes the job itself might be so heavy for you and might be the reason why you're feeling down and depressed. Now, how to take the supplements? First, how to not to take them. What doesn't come together? I would suggest to take a screenshot or maybe a picture of this page in case you're anytime in doubt. If you can take something together, this will quickly tell you what and how can be mixed. Zinc never with copper, iron never with calcium, um, iron never with zinc, because they have the same transporters. So it's like the same two passengers are trying to sit on the same seat on the plane, it's not going to work. And magnesium and high dose of calcium, again, it will interrupt the absorption. What works together really well, though, is vitamin D3 and magnesium. D3 and K2, as I said before, only when you are taking high doses of the D3. Iron plus vitamin C, omegas and vitamin E, and magnesium and vitamin B6. Now, how to take them? Again, I would suggest to maybe take a picture of that. What's the best time of taking each of them? Morning, D3, B complex, omega-3, zinc, rhodiola, and vitamin C. So these ones should help you to start your morning better, be more energized. Then you can take some more omegas, iron and vitamin C, and code 10 with your lunch, for example. And then in the evening, magnesium glycinate, melatonin, and all of the ones that are working for you well when it comes to sleeping. Now, how to choose the supplements. I know that a lot of you is just following YouTubers, not maybe YouTubers, Instagrammers or TikTokers, and whatever they say, you just buy. Please read. It's very important that you just basically turn the label, look at the ingredient list. If the ingredient list of the supplement you're trying to buy is super long, then for sure something is wrong. Always look at the active ingredient dose. So as I said, for example, with the magnesium, don't just get yourself fooled that it says 1000 milligrams. Look how much of elemental magnesium is actually inside. What is the form of that mineral? Is it citrate, glycinate? What is it? Is there any testing done? And it's third-party testing, not that the company tested themselves. Good companies with good reputations, they will always have the testing on their website, which you can check. Don't take doses that are unnecessary. Watch out for the oxidation, for example, for omegas. Don't store your omegas in direct sun or any of the supplements actually in high temperatures, which can happen easily in Dubai. Match your symptom to the deficiency. Don't just supplement. Try to go once a year for the blood tests, see how your mineral and vitamin levels are, and then decide on supplementation. And when it comes to herbal supplements, always check on the percentage of the active compounds. If the percentage is not stated on the packing, then again, something is wrong with that particular supplement. Then this is again how to take the more herbal supplements, the supplements that are not vitamins, the minerals and the herbal supplements. So for example, the piano before the meal, NAC between the meals. So all of it is written here for you. If you are in any doubt, again, you can always come back to this presentation. And now, how to start the supplementation? First, don't guess, test. See what is missing. Apart from minerals and herbs, but when it comes to iron, vitamin D3, magnesium, it's always better to test. But as I said before, with magnesium, it's quite tricky because it shows in your blood, but it might be low in your muscles, yeah? Choose quality over quantity. I know they cost sometimes more, but it's your health we are talking about. Don't just take supplements to I don't know, don't worry what you are eating. No, you still need balanced meals. And supplements should be only because for some reason your body is not absorbing, is not well absorbing, it shouldn't be just because you don't want to eat something. Always review and monitor what you are taking and how you are taking them. From 10 tips that I can give you, do not ever buy magnesium oxidate. It's very poor with absorption, doesn't have good tests. Zinc too high, your copper will go down. That may lead to iron deficiency. Fish oil, as I said, check the Totox level. Vitamin D3 requires, again, for you to have adequate magnesium. So sometimes you might be low on the D3 because you don't have enough magnesium in your body. Butyric acid is amazing for your colon cells. And really you should consider taking it. Melatonin, as I said before, higher dose doesn't mean better. Always watch out for the combination of the minerals or vitamins that are competing for absorption. And of course, timing and chemical form of the supplements really matter. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions whatsoever, please contact me. I will be more than happy to help. You can find me through the SkyBalance project on Facebook or at SkyBalance project on Instagram. Thank you so much for your attention. And as I said before, I really hope that this was beneficial.